Well, our first off-season edition of Clan Chat Murph, joined by the head coach, Mike Sirant. And Mike, first off, congratulations. Nice piece of news this week, a nice piece of business. You and your family, you and your wife, Gail, are back for another season in purple.
Yes, Murph, we're very grateful for the opportunity to continue in this role as the head coach for the Clan. I really feel it's a privilege and an honor to represent the Clan and the great fans in Glasgow. So my wife and I are very excited to come back. We both love Glasgow. We've met so many wonderful people here, and not just through the organization, but in the community, the supporters. We've been treated very well here. So we're very pleased and excited to be returning for next season.
I mean, that's something that I think both you and your wife have really taken on board. It's not just about the hockey, although the hockey's so important, of course, but I enjoy my chats with your wife, Gail, and we've been out into the community to do some outreach programs, and you're always have time for the fans. Like, is it something that was an easy decision because of, like, the place is great, isn't it? Glasgow's a great city, and the people behind the club, the Purple Army, are fantastic.
Yeah, it was an easy decision in that respect. As I said, we love Glasgow. We love the people here. My wife has really become involved in the community. She does charity work for a couple of different organizations, one in Renfrew, one in Paisley. And she's a wonderful person, and she just loves going out, interacting, and caring for people. So it really feels like a second home for us in Glasgow.
And as we are chatting, you're getting ready to pack up the accommodation and head back to where you're from and to see your family. I know you've got some great news and some things to look forward to once you get back to Canada. I mean, you must be excited about that as well.
Oh, of course, yeah. We're excited to get back to Winnipeg. We have 3 boys who are in Winnipeg, and 2 of them came to visit at Christmas time. But we're excited to go back and see them, and we're going to be having our first grandchild within about a week. So we're obviously very thrilled and feel blessed about that. So there's lots of life is good. We have lots of great things to look forward to when we get home and reconnecting with our family.
Well, congratulations. That's a lovely bit of news, and certainly family is so important. Let's talk about the Clan family, shall we say, because it was a strange year, and let's be honest, there was some ups and downs, and nobody wants to see a change, but you stepped into the fray and down the stretch really had the guys buying in, culminating in just the second appearance at a playoff final weekend in 16 years. I mean, the family behind the scenes, the guys in the trenches, your core group of players, all the guys playing their bit. Just talk about the players down the stretch and how proud you were.
Very proud of how our players dealt with all the adversity that we had throughout the season. And I know everybody's talked about the adversity we've had, and there's no need to go into all the details of that, but very proud how the guys came together down the stretch and really bought into what we were trying to accomplish here, and really believe that we really achieved a sense of belief that we can win, that we can get to the Final Four. Although, at the time we were lower in the table, we still felt we could climb the table, and that never materialized because even though we were winning, the teams above us kept winning too. So although we never were able to get out of that 8th spot in the table, we still believed that we could get to the Final Four and make some noise there. So very proud of our guys and how they handled the adversity and stuck together, kept competing for each other, trusted in each other and believed in each other and their team, and made it a memorable run at the end of the year to again get to that Final Four. Final Four is an amazing experience, and it's a whole different level when you get there, in terms of everything that surrounds the game, the festivities, and even the caliber on the ice is at a different level. And you can see that the teams that are traditionally there, the Sheffields, the Cardiffs, that experience is very valuable to them. So the experience that our organization had of getting here and to the Final Four after so many years being away, although we didn't get to the final game, which was our ultimate goal, still tremendously valuable experience to prepare us for the next time that we're there. And that's our goal for next year, is to get back to the Final Four and take it a few steps further.
I mean, it is pretty incredible. I mean, I've only been involved for a year longer than you, so 3 years. And to think that the Clan have only been there twice in 16 years, it really felt like the group down the stretch had that in their sights and had the bit between the teeth. They weren't giving up on it. And even though they were up against the league champions and such a dominant force, let's be honest, over the last decade, the Belfast Giants are a juggernaut. But to go and do what they did against the Giants, it just goes to show you how important that Final Four weekend was to each and every guy in the dressing room.
Yeah, absolutely. To each player individually and as a team, but also as an organization, they realized how important it was for the organization. Of course, of utmost importance, our fans and our supporters, how meaningful it would be for Glasgow team to get to the Final Four. So there was just, the guys just were amazing, and full credit to the players. They're the ones that go out on the ice and have to get it done. But there was that real determination to get there, and big disappointment not to advance past Cardiff, but we felt we gave them a good game. 3-1 with an empty net goal. We were right there. And, it's just something that we're very proud of. And it's something that it's an experience learned, a valuable lesson learned, and will prepare us for the future.
I know you were blown away, as was everyone in the organization. There was 300 or 400 people following the bagpiper around the streets of Nottingham down on the Saturday for the semifinal against Cardiff. I mean, when you see that kind of fan support and you see that kind of passion, I mean, the club didn't ask them to do that. They organized this whole procession through the streets of Nottingham, and the bagpiper and the flares and the chants and the drums. It was actually a magical moment, and you can just see how much it means to the fans. Was that something that you kind of used and said to the players, like, look, our fans are out here, procession through the streets of Nottingham?
Absolutely. When I saw that video, I couldn't believe it. I've never seen anything like it. So I knew it was important to share that with our players. Some of them probably had seen it, but for one of our meetings prior to that Sunday game, we showed that video. We didn't talk about tactics or anything prior to going to that game. We were just focusing on playing the way we play and what we had to do against Manchester. All we did was show that video, and guys were very emotional. Very emotional. You can see how that impacted them, and that helped motivate them to get through that third place game.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I didn't get to see it live. Much like you, I had stuff going on before the game with the TV and all that. But when I saw the video, I actually was a bit emotional. I mean, it's something that I've not experienced. We don't really experience that in Canada, do we? Fans kind of come to the game and then they leave. But it seems that Final Four in Nottingham, people are there for days before and days after, and they do everything in between, don't they? It really is, if you've not experienced it, it's something that has to be on the bucket list, doesn't it, for fans?
Yeah, absolutely. Like as I mentioned, it's electric atmosphere, and it's more than just the game. It's an event, all the festivities around it, and the wonderful thing is the interaction amongst the fans from different clubs. There's just really a friendly, welcoming environment there. That third place game, we really wanted to dedicate that to all our fans, especially for the ones who paid good money to come down for that weekend to support us. And it was really important for us to win that game for the fans, so that they left that weekend with something to cheer about and feel good about.
Oh, absolutely. I think everyone was happy to get that. You want to win your final game, whether it's the final, the grand final, or the third place game. You want to win your final game. Leadership is so important, Mike. And I knew down the stretch we were going to be fine, because even though Devin Sidoroff was out injured, and he was out injured because he cares so much, right? He blocked a shot because he cared so much. Maybe if he didn't care so much, he would have been playing. But this is the leadership and what you expect from the guys. But Devin Sidoroff down the stretch, even though he wasn't on the ice, was so important behind the scenes. Is that something that gave you guys, in the coach's room, like, look, even our captain can't play, but he believes in what we're trying to do here? That must be a nice thing as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We had full support of Devin, as he understood what we're trying to accomplish here, and he was doing everything that he could to help us achieve that goal of again getting to the Final Four. So he was amazing, always around. His presence is felt by the team. They respect him, and he's just a positive energy guy. So yes, having him around the team here in Braehead, and of course when we went down to the Final Four, was very impactful for our team.
And the reason I bring up Sid is because he kind of said down the stretch there, it would be really nice if the whole family, if the whole club was together for leg one in Belfast in the quarterfinals. And Mickey O'Rourke, the owner, agreed right away. that you guys can come and see come and support the guys in Belfast, support the coaches in Belfast. And there was Sid and Kelb and Felix Paré, all present in Belfast. That's the kind of culture that you need to have to win and take it to the next step, isn't it? So even the Black Aces or the injured guys were included in that quarterfinal trip to Belfast.
Yeah, no question. That little wave I did on the screen because somebody's walking to my office, so I just we're in a live recording.
It's okay, live recording. It's acceptable.
That little wave there, that's what I was doing. But yeah, I mean, those guys are invested. They're invested. It kills them not to be able on the ice with their teammates battling and competing with each other. So they were looking for any way they could to support the guys, and they were all in, and it was great that the organization and owner Mickey O'Rourke agreed to make sure that they were able to get there in terms of expenses, and it was really important to have them with the team.
When your announcement came out this week in the press release, you said, thanks to Russ Smith for his leadership and for Michael O'Rourke for continuing to provide, the space, if you will, and the resource for us to build what we're building here. I think leadership isn't just the captain. Obviously, Devin is one of the best captains in the league, but it also has to be off the ice with the likes of ownership and certainly the CEO, Russ Smith, as well.
Yeah, no question. It starts from the top, from the owner, Mr. O'Rourke, and then to Russ, and that's where leadership starts. It's a top-down situation here, and they share our vision of wanting to be champions here, and they're invested. They're willing to provide the resources to help us achieve that goal. And Russ is very present, and so is Mr. O'Rourke. He's always around the team when. No, I shouldn't say always around the team, but he does visit Glasgow quite frequently and make sure to come down and say hi to the coaches and talk to the players. So there's a lot of respect for Mr. O'Rourke and for Russ from the players who really appreciate the support and leadership that they're providing, and recognizing that they're investing in this organization, in this club, the resources necessary to help us win. And I'm sure the fans recognize that.
Well, and, we use the term off season, but as you know, in your life in pro hockey, there is no off season, especially for a head coach. I mean, the recruitment has already begun in earnest. And I know fans want to hear something right away on social media or on the forums or whatever people engage and communicate on. But those conversations have been happening for weeks and months. So everyone watching, we won't tell you too much, but for the Purple Army, realize Mike Sirant and people behind the scenes are already doing the legwork, if you will, to put the building blocks into place. And as you go back home and reconnect with family, and you've got your grandkid on the way, it will be pretty daily, won't it? And with the time zone, you'll probably be up half the night talking to myself and Russ, and there's all sorts of announcements coming up. So it's a positive time to be a Clan fan.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're exactly right. There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes, and it's all positive. The players who were with our team last year really, really enjoy Glasgow. They like it here. They really appreciate how well they're treated by the organization. They see the upward trajectory that the team is going. They recognize that this is a special place to be, and they want to come back. So there will be some very positive signings come up in the near future. Just little details have to be worked out, but the message is yes, players that want to come back to play here, and other players who currently aren't with us. Glasgow is becoming more of a destination for them, as a place that they recognize we're doing some good things here, and it's a good place to play, to come, to be well treated, and to get a chance to win. So recruiting sometimes takes time. It's a long process. There's a lot of clubs out there who are vying for the same players, but we're being very competitive in what we're doing to try to get the best possible team here on ice for the fans here in Glasgow. And I should also do a shout out. We talked about Russ and Mr. O'Rourke, but everybody within the Clan organization, all the front office people, the people around the rink are so professional and really do a great job at their roles and their individual jobs, and that's what makes it all work. You've got to have a team of very professional, committed, dedicated people, and we have that within the Clan organization and within the Braehead Arena. So as I said, it's just it's a real positive environment for people to work in and for players to be in.
And so that's a really good point, as you say. Like all those little things add up to the foundation that wants new players to come here and for existing star players to stay here. So to the Purple Army, take a breath, enjoy the start of your spring and into your summer, because the work is underway and signings will happen as they do each and every year. I'm heading to the east coast of Canada for a break with family. I'm going to sit by the lake for a short time at a cottage. I know that you're a lake guy as well. What does the summer look like when you get 5 minutes away from your phone and you're not trying to recruit or be talking to the Clan staff?
Well, a few years ago, our family bought some lakefront property 3 hours from Winnipeg, and we built a cabin there. But it's a work in progress. There's always things to be done there. So as soon as I get back, I think one of the first things I'm going to be doing is laying flooring and putting up doors and all kinds of do-it-yourself things. But of course, the work with the clan takes priority, and I'll also have to find some time just to sit on the dock on the lake and watch the sunset too. So we'll try to find that right balance.
Well, I will drop you a photo of me on the dock on the east coast of Canada, and you can send me a dock out in your neck of the woods. I know you're busy. I know you've got an apartment to pack up, and there's all the sort of things that go on behind the scenes. You're in the coach's office there now. It'll be a busy week for you. Thanks for taking the time to join us on Clan Chat. I really look forward to all the work and all the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. The signing announcements will start to come thick and fast, no doubt. But congratulations on the news of the grandkid, and certainly enjoy the family time, Mike. It's been an honor. You've grabbed it by the scruff of the neck. You've got us to the Final Four with your team, and couldn't be more proud of you and each and every guy in the room. So thanks again for taking the time to join us on Clan Chat, and try and enjoy a little bit of downtime on that dock once you get home.
Yeah, thanks for the same to you, and thank you for the incredible coverage you provide of the team to the fans, the professional insight that you provide. You do a fantastic job in covering us, so thank you for that, and for your support through this past season.